Greetings all.
Hello, how are we doing?
I'm Baz,
I'm Adam.
and we are 2/5 of Massive Wagons.
This is our podcast.
That's his line, and we're going to be talking about music videos. Quietly. I wrecked the machine. I did my best. My hideous laugh caused some sort of
Digital
upsetting
spike.
the force over this end.
Digital spiking.
A digital spiked it, so we had to start again. So,
It's all right. Yeah, Baz's laugh is about 5 times louder than.
It's because you're a funny guy.
Well, that's it.
It's
Yeah,
a compliment.
Like that. Yeah, that's true. That's true. You're all right, Ted. Sorry, my dog's in there. I don't know if he's just in shot. He might venture into the shot at some point, but he's not so good at the minute, so he's probably just going to sit there looking at me sad, which is what he's doing right now. Sorry, Teddy.
What you brought me in here for?
No. Come and listen to this shit.
It stinks, this room. It's got its own unique pungent smell, this room. It always has, hasn't it?
It's a little stale. I mean, since I've boarded the windows up.
I mean,
yeah,
sorry.
It doesn't help, having no natural light and obviously no ventilation. Natural ventilation is.
There is no
terrible
ventilation in here, is there?
But this is it. It's either that or I listen to wagons going past, 3 feet from my head.
Can you hear Matey Boy outside? Over the back here, there's a chemical. Well, that doesn't help, does it? There's a chemical recycling plant, isn't there?
Yeah, there is, yeah.
And then you've got a guy who works in there, and I'm not. He must work about 4 hours a day because he spends about 8 hours a day
Having a fag outside.
out here, talking to some other woman who works in there. I've never seen. His steps must be colossal.
Yeah. I don't know, but every most mornings I come in and they're already on this on the fag break. I don't know if they work shifts or what, but yeah.
I don't think he does much working at all, to be honest. He's a hell of a number over there. I want that job.
Yeah,
Fucking
well.
hell. Anyway.
Anyway, that's enough about the local workforce. But we're going to talk about, as we suggested,
Shirk force. That's what we call them.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We're going to talk about music videos.
Yeah, well, we're going to try to anyway.
I guess because, well, I mean, it's appropriate for us where we are right now. We're starting to get into all that kind of stuff again, with an album coming out. So,
and it's our favourite thing to do. We don't even like performing or writing. We just like making music videos, don't we? That's why we do it.
Yeah.
Don't sound like you're griping about it or anything.
No.
There are better things to be doing with your time. I've got to be honest.
In case the sarcasm wasn't coming through there, he means the opposite of that.
Is the sarcasm filter on? Maybe it is.
But no, it's I mean, right? I guess we'll talk about music videos. Maybe more specifically about how it's changed, even in the time that we've been a band. Like sort of 2000. What do you call the tens? So you got the noughties, the 20s, 30s. But what's the tens? Like the 2010 to 2020. Yeah. What do you call that?
Right, okay. What was the 2000s called? It was the 2000s, wasn't it?
Well, the noughties. You sound like a dickhead saying it, but that is what it was called.
You sound like you're trying to make a joke that isn't funny. Do you know what? That's an interesting question. If anybody knows, please let us know.
Let us know, yeah.
The 20s, the 10s.
The tens. What did you say? The tens.
During the tens.
During the tens. In the early tens, it was... that was when we were sort of, starting up and videos seemed at that point. I think the MTV heyday was well and truly over by that point.
Oh yeah, we were on flipping Home Invaders and whatever other shite they play on there now. Or don't play on there.
When
my
I was
16th birthday wedding or something.
I remember getting Sky. We were quite late to the Sky party, really. My mum, she got Sky when I think it like sort of 2002, 3, when I was about 13, 14, and then it was like Scuzz or Kerrang. You just basically those were the rock channels, and you basically just skip between those two channels. If there was a crap song on one, you'd skip to the other, and and then just keep going between them until you found the best of the two. But by then, I think by the time we were starting, those channels were still around, but it seemed to be far less kind of. Whenever you did check them out, they were playing the same bloody videos that you had on, bloody Teenage Dirtbag and Breakout, Foo Fighters, like
some 41.
Well, exactly, all these like late 90s stuff, lit,
which is great, but yeah, it's
like it never moved on,
No, well, it's odd because I read a thing that the 2000s, was it the early 2000s and the 10s was a weird time for music because I might have mentioned this before. Every genre had a massive representation.
Mm-hmm.
There was massive rock bands. There was massive rappers. You know, you had massive pop artists. You had NSYNC, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera. Then you had Eminem, Dr. Dre. You know, you had Limp Bizkit. You had, you know, all them bands.
Daphne and Celeste.
But it's true though, isn't it? You know, what's the thing? What's the festival? That was like the culmination of it all, wasn't it? When it was just an absolute disaster. The American documentary.
Oh, Woodstock.
Yeah, that was kind of like, you know, you'd have the Offspring on stage, and then side of stage you'd have P Diddy watching, and then you'd have, you know, Kid Rock and Christina Aguilera, and you just don't get that anymore, do you? But but all those artists will have had videos, so maybe that's when it was like when it was just there was so much to show, so much music going on.
Yeah,
you know, it needed an outlet like that, and then after that, maybe it's just died a death, really.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't really know, but from a video point of view, there was certainly channels, MTV channels dedicated to almost like every one of those kinds of music. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like, you know, if you were, you know, a rock band, you were gonna, like I said, you were gonna be on Scuzz or Kerrang, and then if you were hip hop or, you know, R&B, you know, you had, was it Q? That was a channel.
Yeah,
and then you had a bunch of other, you know, channels. You know, I never really watched. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, the exposure was absolutely massive. So budgets for videos were so big. You know, they spent tens of thousands on videos.
Yeah.
Probably even hundreds of thousands on some of them. You know, back in the day. But it just became less and less of a thing.
Well, there must. I mean, a lot of people bang on about it and say, "Oh, MTV's changed. It used to be about the music and all that, and now it's just TV programs and fly on the wall documentaries and all that kind of like what's the Cribs and all them kind of programs." But there must have been a reason. I fail to believe that they stopped playing as much music videos without a reason. It must have been a money reason. It must have been a popularity reason. I don't know. I don't know really. But that would seem to be the downfall, didn't it? And then people just seem to fall out of favour with. I don't know. Maybe it was an era thing, like a generation thing.
Yeah.
Maybe the next generation that came along just weren't interested in it as much, as spending as much time gawping at the telly or.
Well, no, MTV has become a sort of like byword for general sort of music television channels, but MTV was a channel. You know, there was a channel MTV, which I believe was
I've seen the t-shirts in Primark.
Exactly. That's where we are now. That's where MTV is now. Primark. It's reached the Primark
there you go.
renaissance, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
But and then obviously like a bunch of other channels came along. But MTV, the channel, I know that was the channel that had like Cribs and which was basic. I found it hilarious that the UK had a version of basically Cribs hosted by Lloyd Grossman. Do you remember? Called Through the Keyhole.
Through the Keyhole.
Who would live in a house like this?
Who live in a house like this?
It's exactly the same. It's the same principle.
And they'd have clues, wouldn't they? And they'd have a celebrity panel trying to guess whose house it was.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know what?
Jimmy Tarbuck.
Yeah, exactly. And it'd be like, I don't know, someone like some Z-list bloody celebrity.
Duncan from Blue.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, they were pretty big names, them, you know. But, I digress. I just find that funny. Anyway, yeah, music videos. So you know, over time, for whatever reason, budgets have shrunk. It's just not as important to a band's kind of progress. So you know, we've had.
It's not. Is it? It's not the pro. It doesn't. Yeah, the progress thing. It's not an essential sort of thing of funds, is it?
No, it's not.
It's almost like something you feel you've got to do. It's just something that bands do.
I think as well, like people's attention span isn't what it was. You know, it's almost like music videos now are for fans of the band.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You know, they're sort of first and foremost made for fans of the band. They're not really a marketing thing to get to new people. That's where your reels and your TikToks and all that kind of stuff is becoming more of a sort of focus for for media and budgeting for that, make sure you've got a great, a shit up social media game.
Kind of sad, really, isn't it? It's a bit sad when you look back, and maybe it's sad for people of a certain age that we appreciate the music video. Like people half our age maybe don't care, and we just don't understand that. Do you know what I mean? It's just not an issue for them. But I think I still like watching music. I love watching music videos. I like watching YouTube. I sit and we'll just put YouTube on and we'll just watch music videos. I love it. I think it's nice. I like watching, listening to music and watching the people playing it. And I don't know, you get all sorts of stuff from it, you know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's a sad loss the way it's gone. Music videos.
Well, we've kind of learned over the years of doing this as well that you get types of music videos, and broadly speaking, there's two types of music video you make. There's a performance video, and then there's the other kind, which is like, I don't know what you call it, the story based, where it's sort of if anyone's aware of our music videos, for an example, Back to the Stack would be a performance video because it's just us playing the whole thing. Generation Prime would be a conceptual video.
I mean, you look back. Because we've got a video. We're shooting a video next week. I haven't mentioned it on Monday. So I've been watching a lot of videos lately to try and just performance videos, and a lot more videos than you think are performance videos. Especially in the 90s, I call them all them indie videos. They're all just performance videos, really, with a little bit of something,
with an angle,
with a little angle. And I think a lot of them are the best. Looking at them, I think, that's the best way to go. I think, and like you say, it's all about the performance and the song.
Yeah, well, like a lot of things, a good video ain't gonna make the song like a crap song good. It can make a good song great and add another dimension to it.
It's not good giving a turd a theme tune, is it?
No. So it is weird, like. Looking back over the years and seeing the eras of videos, you look at some of the stuff from the 80s and it's not aged well at all.
It's fucking weird. It's weird, some of it. Like I love Dire Straits and I love watching their live stuff, but then you look back at some of their music videos, Tunnel of Love. I absolutely love that song. And the video to it, you can tell at the time they are trying
to be
so hard, to be so like
cutting edge,
arty. Have you seen the video?
Yeah.
It's like arty and minimalist and like all voguey and all that.
Yeah.
And it's clearly what was in at the time, but it doesn't suit the song, and it is awful.
Yeah.
It's like you just think to yourself, what a sad video for an amazing song. That is. It's hilarious.
Yeah, they'd sort of shoehorn them out,
Yeah.
Like. I kind of like the AC/DC approach where I think Back in Black, was it Back in Black? Where they basically just set up
obviously great
live gig.
Yeah.
And they've got like 4 or 5 videos and they're obviously all shot in the same place.
Brilliant.
The same
Shot
day.
Down in Flames. That's one of them.
It's just playing to the song.
There's
nothing else going on really,
But that's it, innit? But that's it. The big rock fans, they just love they love live music. A band like AC/DC is a live band, so what makes more sense than they want to see Angus flipping falling on the floor, don't they? And doing the Angus shit,
Yeah, it's not. Every band has their own kind of the way of doing it. Look at Smells Like Teen Spirit. That's basically a performance video, but
with a bit of something.
There's like that small crowd there, and there's a guy mopping the floor or something.
It's on a school gym, isn't it? Is it in black and white as well?
It's like a real film grainy type effect, but I think the 90s kind of got it right. There's some brilliant videos in the 90s. I mean, you've got November Rain, I guess, which is like.
Well, that was the other one I was going to mention as well.
Yeah.
That was like the pinnacle of, mind you, a song that is that long. You can't really. I suppose maybe got to have something going on, but clearly the budget was
colossal.
Name the budget.
It's like a film, wasn't it?
It is like a film, yeah, absolutely. But they absolutely pulled it off. That video is fantastic. I remember seeing that. I'm thinking, fucking hell, that is amazing. I've never seen it's like a motion picture, isn't it?
Yeah, that's an example of where, if you're gonna go big, we were having this sort of conversation the other day. It's like, if you're gonna have some sort of a concept in a video, you need to go big with it, and it needs to.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's nothing worse than looking like you've tried and just
It's just a
failed.
crap.
You know.
It's just a crap replica, isn't it?
Yeah. So and sadly, that's money. Often, the difference between that and trying and actually doing it is money, and it costs probably millions to make a video like
Yeah.
November
Absolutely,
Rain.
Yeah. Well, it will have done then, because all them shots will have been filmed with a flipping helicopter, won't they?
Yeah.
It won't have been a drone, will it?
It's like
a guy on a step ladder.
It's like the Please Stay Calm video. It's the one we did we were on a boat, and we had to hire, like, almost the entire budget went on just hiring that yacht for the day. But there was all kinds of talks about, like, well, should we just sort of do it in the dock and try to get the angle so it looks like we're at sea and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
and it's like, no, just if you're gonna do it, let's bloody do it. Let's get out there.
Really give it throw some big shapes.
Exactly.
I'll never forget this. I'll never forget Stephen perilously creeping up the side of that boat in the middle of the sea
with his guitar on.
With his guitar in his hand, trying to flipping climb on the front of that boat. Fair play. It
was an eventful day.
It was. Well, mate, he sawed his thumb off, didn't he? With his
catching his drone.
Catching his bloody drone.
On a rocking boat, and the drone was losing battery, so it was like he was trying to lower it into his hand, which is how you do it. But it was sort of like going, like dipping and then sort of like wobbling
and it's
a bit.
Still over the water, isn't it, a bit?
Yeah.
And I could tell he was like, it'll be okay.
Yeah. Caught the drone. Yeah, and then
this
it's
thing's
like,
about 10 grand.
Like, sort of catches it, and the propeller's like chopping his thumb off, basically, as he catches it.
Then we had to get the first aid kit out. Administer some first aid. I'm fine.
Then make the other half of the video. yeah. Tough cookie. But yeah, we've had kind of relatively sort of big budget videos. We've also gone the other way and made some pretty low budget videos as well.
Yeah. Well, this is how it is. This is how it is. A sad fact of reality is there just isn't the money floating around for these things anymore, and you just have to. Well, you have to make the best of a bad job, don't you? We just have to do your best, don't you? So that's what we've kind of done over the years, and a lot of bands are in the same boat unless you got a big benefactor or somebody chucking cash at you.
Well, that's it. I mean, we're in a lucky position as well, where we do have we do have a record label, and we have some budget always to play with, and. But yeah, like we said before, it's becoming over time less and less vital to the campaign, to the promoting your album basically, or your singles.
It's not as important, is it? When you have your meetings with like the PR people and that, nobody mentions the video anymore.
No.
Have you got a video? What videos are you making? It's like nobody's interested, are they? Nobody mentions it. It's just something you do, like you said, for fans, basically to go on YouTube.
Yep.
In case people find you, and maybe a music channel if there's one floating around. But Kerrang stopped, didn't it? Skateboard was on Kerrang, wasn't it?
So I believe. I've never.
It was, yeah. I think that must have been absolutely at the dying death of Kerrang. I think.
Yeah.
Correct. The video. I remember watching it at home.
The channel. Yeah.
The channel. I'm pretty sure it's gone. I'm sure it's gone. But yeah, and that was amazing. But that must have been the last few days of Kerrang, surely.
That was it.
That was it. They used us as they tried to save Kerrang.
The epitaph.
That was the worst decision they ever made. It's the final nail in the coffin, I'm afraid.
Well, there we go.
Massive Wagons. We've been blamed for a lot of things in our time.
Yeah.
We'll just take that as well. It's fine.
Oh God, we're all the way down to this shit.
Yeah.
Right. Time to call it a day.
Not a good. Who's releasing videos this week? Well. Take your P45s, lads.
Yeah. So that's just the way it is. But I don't regret it. Over the years, when we were funding videos ourselves, we made a bunch. We made Red Dress,
Fight the System,
Dirty Little Secrets, Tokyo, Ratio. Like in the sort of first 5 years of the band.
Death from Above.
Yeah, well, that's not on YouTube.
For good fucking reason as well, because it's terrible.
And
no.
I'm sure we made more than that, but
we have made more than you think.
Yeah.
I have a look every now and then on our channel and that, and think, oh bloody hell, yeah.
But even then, Day We Fell,
and look around. Not look around.
Yeah, we'll look around.
Look around. Sorry, yeah, look around. Yeah.
So we did all these in a time where people weren't really looking our way at all. You know, we were playing small clubs and bars and whatever,
yeah,
and
it was a long time
biker
ago.
rallies. But now those videos are like racking up a few 100,000 views, and
Lots of laughing emojis on them.
yeah. What's this shit?
And abuse.
People still discover us, and it's probably people of a certain age, really, are still discovering music. And because the videos have been around 10 years, you know, and the views have sort of come up to sort of...
They're up to 5,000 views.
They're all the way up to like 75 views, some of them. But people, you know, you read the comments like, how am I only just discovering this? A big one for us has been The Day We Fell. You're like,
absolutely.
That's been a bit of a sleeper one, that. So at the time, I'm so glad, and I'm so glad we still saw the importance of him then, because when people do get into you, and you know, like I said, we're in a position now where we're doing okay, and people have all this to dig into, you know, over the years. It's
and to be honest, back then we weren't as jaded or as miserable, and it was exciting. It was quite exciting, wasn't it? It was nice.
We weren't as jaded.
Yeah, we weren't as jaded. But it was good to go and film a video. Oh, I'm gonna go film a video. I was quite enjoyed it, you know, and it was exciting to get the edits back and all that. But now it's like. I don't know. We'll see. They're all right. They're all right. Some videos are more fun than others to shoot, aren't they?
Yeah.
It depends how it's going and what the planning's like for it, to be honest, and what page everyone's on.
Well, I'm going to give a big shout out now to Video Inc.
Oh yeah.
In Manchester-based video company. They've done really well lately. They did a Sabaton video. They did that Motorhead cover.
They've done a big. They've done a Power. Is it Powerwolf? Powerwolf video.
They're brilliant, really good. Adam and Ollie and all the guys. We've done most of the videos we've ever done have been done with them, and absolute top guys. They are. They've and gals.
Oh yeah, they looked after us.
They've looked after us even when the budget hasn't been where they would otherwise. They wouldn't, you know,
because he likes the banter. You see, Adam, doesn't he?
Because he does. He loves the banter.
We're a joy to work with.
Yeah,
I think.
So
he's never said that, but
publicly want to just express my our kind of appreciation for them, because they've really helped us out over the years. And so they did Red Dress, Dirty Little Secrets, all the ones with semi-naked ladies in. Basically, that's their forte. No,
Dirty Little Secrets. Has that got any semi-naked ladies in it?
Well, yeah, I still can't believe that.
Even without.
Well, it's ridiculous. Like, especially in the sort of. Well, it was the pre-Me Too era, wasn't it? So I guess
it was. I think somebody refused to work with us because they made that video.
Yeah, basically.
Somebody said, "I'm not promoting that video because it's got semi-naked ladies."
I mean,
well, whatever.
It's a fine. It's a very good video for what it is, but you know, like I say, if you're gonna, I was gonna say go big or go home, but that's probably not. So
it couldn't be any further from the truth, really, could it?
Yeah. So yeah, what have they done? Red Dress, Dirty Little Secrets, Tokyo, Back to the Stack,
Changes, Generation Prime,
yeah.
Tokyo.
You know, great, and probably I'd say my personal favourite is Generation Prime, really, and that's the one.
Oh yeah,
that's the one video where we actually did give them a half decent budget to work with, and that's why you've got.
That's why you get what you get, isn't it?
That's why you've got, you know, multiple layers to the video. You know, it's kind of it's funny, but it's done really well. You know, and
it's tasteful, isn't it?
Certainly my favourite video, anyway.
I don't know what my favourite video of ours is. I mean, you know, it's odd because I like Tokyo. I think Tokyo came out as a great performance video.
Didn't it? Yeah.
It did, yeah. Considering what we had to work with, we had matey boy who worked with. I can't remember his name. Brought his bloody disco lights from his pub, set them up.
Yeah,
you know, it was a real. Again, that's what they did. They went the extra mile on the cheap because they knew we had no money. So they're like, right, we've got these lights in. We're just gonna sort of. It's kind of a hit and hope, you know.
Yeah.
But Adam's vision is so great and his knowledge that he just made it work. And it looked. We were setting them lights up, and I was thinking, this is gonna look shit.
Yeah,
but it didn't. It looked brilliant. Had the old lit up mic stand and all that. No, yeah, they're amazing people. And, yeah,
and Ollie Price, I think he's the one who does most of the editing. I think that's where, you know, he's got a sort of a snappiness to the way they edit the videos that that you don't really notice that some things might have been a bit rough around the edges because they got the energy, which was like, you know, you had to capture that on the day. And if you got that and then combine that with a good editor, it didn't matter that certain things were a bit rough around the edges, but, you know, they were really good. So Tokyo, yeah, that's a good one. I remember Tokyo being quite fun to make, actually.
It was good. That came out really. I think has come out really well. I still like that video. I'm sick to death of playing it live, but
yeah,
I really like the video. Oddly,
go on then. What's your least favourite video then?
Of ours?
Yeah,
ours. Oh, my least favourite. Well, I used to really like Back to the Stack when we made it, but I don't know. It's not aged well. I know the songs. I love the song and everything.
A lot of denim going on.
There's a lot of denim. There's a lot of face fuzz. There's a lot of leaping around. Which isn't a bad. Fuzz. You know, I had visions of the old Airborne thing, but unless you're Joel from Airborne, you're not making an Airborne video, are you? We give it everything. I don't know. Bits of it are all right. I don't know really. Dirty Little Secrets hasn't aged particularly well.
I'll go with one. Under No Illusion.
I forgot about that. Yeah,
I've watched that video. I think once. Never watched it again.
Oh, you know?
No, I can't. I can't bring myself to watch it.
I think it had some better edits before we put that one out. To be honest, I think there was more stuff going on, but it all got taken out and left on the cutting room floor. I think there was more bits in that video originally than what we ended up with through no fault of our own.
It's making me sneeze in disgust. No, I mean, I think that was a case of another shout out to Pav, who's made a few videos of ours. He made the Ratio video.
Yeah.
Real talented guy. And he also made that video, and I'm not knocking his work on this. But I think that, well, I kind of am, indirectly. But it's not his fault. That was definitely a case of too many cooks, I think. Too many inputs, too many ideas floating around. And it just, to me, it's a bit of a jumbled mess. The shot that, well, it's all the nun stuff, really, that, like, it's just the...
It's none of your business.
None of your business, yeah. It's so lame, honestly. But I like the song, but it's kind of put me off the song. You know what I mean? I thought the song was great, and it was the lead single from Full Nelson, which did really well for us. Odd choice of first single, really, and it kind of you know, we sort of, that was our first dipping our toe into like the next step, I guess, you know, because we signed with a record label, and I don't know, I just left a little bit sort of
it was an odd one.
Empty.
It's an odd, and yeah, people want to hear that song. I'm not a massive fan of the song myself, to be honest. I don't know, it's not for the video. Just we did play it at the Patron Bash, and we sped it up a bit, and I think it sounded better. We played that and Changes.
Under No Illusion. I think Under No Illusion's a great song. I know Bowser don't like it much, I'm pretty sure. He said he's not a king, but I think it's a good song. I think it's a little ploddy, like you said, so speeding it up does it some favours. But yeah. Anyway, that's an example for me of how the video, I wasn't keen on the final result of the video. What's all that stuff we had, like our arms around each other, dancing around in a circle? Yeah, I know, it's weird, isn't it? What's all that about?
We're not talking about that.
Honestly, go and watch it. I'll link all these videos.
It's like, I don't mind the video. The bit that I don't like about it is the bit stuff filmed at the platform. It genuinely looks like we're playing on the world's smallest stage to an empty room. It's like it doesn't make any sense. None
of it makes sense, if I'm honest.
It's kind of weird anyway. But you go through these things. This is what happens. People, hopefully nobody's ever said it was. I mean, ironically, that one got on telly as well.
Did it?
Yeah, that was on Kerrang as well.
On MTV's worst, most embarrassing videos.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. You get broad shoulders in this game. You learn not to give a fuck about these things. It is what it is, isn't it?
MTV craps.
But yeah, let us know. Let us know what your favourite videos are, not just ours. If you got any videos, from big bands you like, or videos you think are hilarious. Love a hilarious video, especially from the 80s or the 70s. Some of the old Deep Purple stuff with on the old psychedelic flipping screen.
Oh yeah, well, Paranoid, isn't it? When they're all...
Oh yeah, that's it. And Child in Time. Is that the same?
Yeah, that's a similar sort
of
one.
Stovepipe hat on and brilliant. But yeah, let us know something in the comments. Some of your favourite and hilarious videos to check out. I might watch one or two, to be honest.
Right, yeah, we're making a video next week, and it's going to basically be we've learned to make it a simple if you're going to do something, you're better off doing it simple and well.
Play to your strengths.
Play to your strengths.
Play to your strengths.
Exactly.
I've heard that before.
I know. And so our strengths are.
What are our strengths? Let's make a list of our strengths.
Making lists.
I don't think we have any strengths, do we? None of us smell particularly bad. Can you use that?
We're good at moaning. We are absolutely top notch at moaning. World class.
Pretty good at making. Oh, I was going to say I'm pretty good at making brews.
That's an entirely subjective topic, isn't it? So
yeah, it is. Yeah.
one man's
brew is another man's pig swill.
exactly.
To coin that old phrase. I don't know what our strengths are, to be honest, mate. I'd have to sit and think about it.
We don't.
Fucking
We're not very good at admitting that we might be good at anything. I think that might be a northern thing or a British, certainly an English thing. I think you don't, do you? You're just a knobhead if you say you're good at anything.
I'm pretty good at cleaning.
You are good at cleaning.
I am good at cleaning. I've got a keen eye for cleaning. If someone needs cleaning, I'll clean it.
Obsessively cleaning. Have you hoovered in it, by the way? Did
I
you
did
do
it
that
for
yesterday?
any
Yeah,
of
you
it,
did. I wasn't in yesterday.
Well, you know.
I thought the
We
carpet looked
put
clean.
that sofa in here, and I thought I hoovered the couch, you see, because it had stuff on it. So I thought, well, I'll just run the hoover off of the floor while I'm here.
Get the stiff out.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Yeah. Anyway, we're on tour.
We are on tour, yeah.
At the end of the year. Mm-hmm. So we're in Europe all the way through. Well, a lot of the summer really. We're here, there, and everywhere festivals. But we're going to be playing with Bangkok Kissing Dynamite in Europe through October, and then in November we're touring the UK. We're doing Nottingham, Rock City. We're doing Birmingham, Bristol. These aren't in order, by the way. Southampton, Manchester,
Newcastle. No, we're not doing that.
We're not doing Newcastle,
Wales. Not doing
and we're not
that.
doing Wales or Norfolk. Sorry, Glasgow.
They'll take it personally.
There's a few others. Go check them out. They'll be in the description, and
Yeah, get yourself a ticket.
Just get yourself a
Jump
ticket.
on a train.
If you want,
Yeah, the train system in this country is top notch. Get yourself.
Yeah.
You'll only
Don't
miss
worry about that.
You'll only
yeah.
miss about the last 4 songs of the set if you get the train.
Yeah, and maybe even the first 4 songs.
The first 4 songs. You'll catch the middle 2 though.
Yeah.
Then you'll have to leave to get your train.
Yeah.
But yeah. Treat yourself. It'll be good. I can promise it'll be rocking. I can't wait. It's our biggest set of dates, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Playing to a lot of tickets to sell on this. It's not.
Don't make me go down the market with them, please. Fuck me.
It's not. It's not a mega lengthy tour, but the big old venues and there's a lot of seats to get arses on. So
We've been doing this a long time now. If we don't sell some of these venues out, I think it's time to call it a day.
No, it's going to be. Well, I mean, they're absolutely flying out at the minute, but
yeah, they are.
I've got to say this. We're obliged to do this. So get a ticket. Yeah.
Yeah, do it.
Whether you want one or not.
You've earned it.
Get a ticket.
You've earned it. It'll be killer.
And you have to hit it. You can't just click. You have to hit the subscribe.
Like that.
Like the
People's
video.
elbow.
Yeah, people's elbow. The
People's
forearm
elbow
smash
the
it.
shit out of the like and subscribe bell. It's a bell apparently. Ding, ding, ding.
And then suplex.
Because that's all that Tyson Fury's going to be hearing on Saturday night, hopefully.
Oh.
Out for the count. His dickhead dad. Honestly. You see his
Yeah,
dickhead
I
dad.
know. He's done.
Big John.
He's done some.
I'm a fighting man. A fighting man. You're a pillar.
He lives around here, so
He does, yeah. Hopefully not run into him at the petrol station.
hopefully don't watch this podcast.
Yeah, he watches his fucking podcast, will he?
But
His dad probably don't know how to switch the telly on.
yeah, yeah, we're going to get
going, doesn't it,
separate. Well, this is it. It gets you talking, doesn't it?
Ooh, sick. Ooh, sick. Ooh, sick.
Yeah.
I want him to win.
Well,
Sorry.
Yeah. So boxing next week. We'll talk about that. We'll
Talk about the boxing.
Talk about the boxing.
Yeah.
But yeah, do all that. Get a ticket, like, subscribe, all that shite, and we'll see you
Next week.
next week.
Hopefully.